Good morning, YouTubes. How's the lid looking? The lid looks good. So I'm out here on a quick road bike. Just gonna take the drone out, see if I can do some active track. Just go down here, maybe for about a kilometer, see how well it tracks me. And yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna be using this phone. So I'm gonna put this phone down and I'll do some voiceover after the fact. Okay, YouTube. Sorry about the interruption there. Looks like I got a phone call while I was recording that clip, so it abruptly ended. So anyway, yeah, so the topic today is not really how do you do active track on a bike, but is it really worth it? What can you do? So I did this little test today on a road bike. I traveled about 1.2 kilometers in the end, and active track worked okay for the most part, but it did stop 4 times, I believe, where I had to reset. So we are going to go through that, and yeah, let's just discuss what we can do with active track and road biking. Is it worth it? I believe it's good for small clips. So maybe if you're out at a great location, nice scenery, and you want to get a little bit of B-roll. Yeah, so here's the first stoppage, too close to a tree. Fair enough, it stopped. Did its job, that's good. I would have thought it could have just gone around it, but no. But yeah, so nice bit of B-roll footage it could be good for. If you're out by yourself, it's a little bit of a time consuming, I think. I mean, I don't know what kind of video you would be making you would have to have a lot of decent clips. Like, you can't just use a GoPro point of view and then just throw in a bit of aerial footage once in a while. I think that would still be boring. So I think it would be best, the best uses would be if you've got a bunch of friends and you're controlling the drone, so you can get some really cool shots controlling the drone on some nice locations. Maybe you're at some cliff edge or something like that, or the scenery is really cool. Another good use, I believe, would be for photographs. So maybe you want to get a nice picture of yourself biking on a nice trail or a great road, and you're just going to use your drone for a couple of minutes to get it up in the air, and then here it stopped again. I think it just lost, it didn't know where it was, probably because the car went by. So yeah, photograph. If you want to take a photograph of yourself, it would be good for that. Other than that, I think it's maybe a little bit gimmicky, but this is where I turn on the screen recording. What do you guys think? Do you guys use this for the active track when you're out by yourself biking? Do you guys actually use it? Or is it just a case that you use it once to test it and think that's cool that it follows you, and then never use it again? So this was an interesting part here. It said I was in a restricted area, when I know I wasn't in a restricted area. There was no airports close by. My AirMap app said I was good, but I believe it was because I was approaching my 500-meter limit, which here in Canada you can only approach 500 meters. So
maximum flight distance
that's one thing
reached.
to keep in mind when you're doing this. Even with a controller, it's still only going to go as far as your maximum distance is set. So here in Canada we can only go 500 meters, so I was set at 500 meters. So shortly I changed that to 5,000 meters because I can't. Right now I'm trying to control it to get closer to me, and it won't move. So here we go again. I changed it, and I changed the angle, and we're off again. Now it's going past the 500 meters, so that's cool. But yeah, so this bit works okay here, and then I believe I get some more interference in a second. I'm going at a fairly decent pace. It's looking good. It's working well. No problems. But then it just stops. I think it did give me a reason just now, but you might have seen that on the screen. It did just stop again. So it's just a case of a lot of stopping and starting, stopping and starting, and you have to carry the controller unless you've got a phone clamp for your handlebars. I'm gonna put a link down below for another YouTuber who did a really good review on his road bike, on the different options, and yeah, it was a nice video, so I'll give a link for that below. He was explaining it more than me. Mine was just, this is just a test to see how it works. But so here we go again. It's working well, at a good pace. I also think I need to raise my saddle looking at this. So there it said it lost contact, I think, so that maybe that was the one that lost contact because the car went by. So at least 4 times it stopped on a fairly open road at a distance of 1.2 kilometers. So I think if the main reason using this B-roll footage, if you're doing some cool video, but I believe you need to have a lot of different types of video. You need to have point of view, you need to have stationary cameras. Here I'm going over to try the profile again, and this profile does work pretty well. I come across a few trees. Hello ducks. I come across a few trees in a minute and it seems to pass them quite well, and it still keeps a track on me. Apart from this little bit here, I don't think I did set it properly here, so yeah, so you guys are watching this, you're obviously interested in biking or running an active track. What are your guys' plans? Comment below, what are you going to use active track for? Do you think there's a good use for it? I think it's a pretty cool idea. I just, in practice, I don't see it being used a lot other than short clips, which is fair enough. Short clips, but then it takes a little while to get it out and set it up. As long as you've got time, I guess, then it's going to be pretty cool. So this is the section right here where a few trees approach between me. And now I've got to turn off the return to home. I'll notice this in a second. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just carrying the controller. Just holding the controller with my hands. And if you're a cyclist, do you think I need to raise my saddle there? I got baggy pants on, sorry, I'm not a lycra guy. It might look a little bit different. Old school bike. Here I am going through the trees. Works pretty well. So yeah, so this is not an instructional video. I'm pretty sure by now you guys all know how active track works and how to set it up with your Mavic Air. So just wanted to go over these thoughts, and if you guys have any great ideas on what you're doing with your active track. Look how close I got there, that was pretty close. At least it looks pretty close. Job well done there, Mavic. Well done, sir, for stopping. So yes, that is about it, guys. So thanks for watching this quick clip, and again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and just let me know what you guys are doing with active track, and if you've got any links, share your links below in the comments. And have a great day on the trails if you're mountain bikers. Mountain bike season is starting here in Ottawa shortly, I hope. It's been a long winter, so have a great day, guys. Out.